These are the key concepts, terms which one should be aware of, or uh, one should definitely know and have in-depth understanding while working in Gen AI. Right? Foundation models, which I'm going to show you in a couple of upcoming slides. Transformers architecture, right? So that is also we are going to see at very high level. What are encoders, decoders, right? Those are part of transformers itself. Pre-training of model, like someone has already trained foundation model, that is called as a pre-training of model. That in case we want to uh, train our model from scratch. Fine tuning, again, fine tuning is basically we are training our foundation model with some specific task, right? For example, it could be healthcare, it could be finance, it could be manufacturing, or it could be anything for that matter. RLHF stands for reinforcement learning human feedback, right? So that from human feedback, right? So sometimes in order to train model, right, humans interference is required to give them to tell them that yes, this feedback or this output is not acceptable, or this output is wrong, right? So there we this is also a very popular technique, and there has been a lot of research being done in specifically this particular field, right? And also one more thing is that as of now foundation models are very huge in size, right? How to reduce their size for effective use by different domains or as a common model, right? That is also an active area of research. So retrieval augmented generation, this is also an important concept. And you would agree that not all the questions can be answered by foundation model or chat GPT, right? So foundation, when I say foundation model, basically it is running behind that chat GPT interface. That is the model. There could be any model, but there are multiple models which are called as foundation models. There are some models from Amazon, there are some models from uh, other companies also. It could be Google, right? So Google Palm, Bard, or other Gemini. Google recently launched, right? And then OpenAI, GPT Turbo, and all those things. So those model can answer a question based upon the data they have been trained on. For example, foundation model, let us say chat GPT has been trained on the data which is available until December 2023, right? It cannot answer the questions which answer the questions for the events or questions, right, which have happened in last 1 month, that is January 2024. So in order to support foundation model, right, so there is means we might have that data in our database, right, is somewhere in our enterprise or in our college database, right, wherever. So we can have this is a technique to utilize that particular data on which foundation model has not been trained on, or foundation model is not confident of that particular answer, right, that it is not 100% accurate, or it is not sure about that answer. It is giving us lesser than the threshold which is acceptable to us, right? So there we can use retrieval augmented generation. And if you see, basically name also signifies that augmented, right, a retrieval. So we are augmenting the generated text, right, by retrieving information from somewhere else, right? And prompt engineering, when we used this app, gamma.app, we used, right, we told that application, right, that generate a text, sorry, generate a document. Are you able to see my screen now? Gamma.app, and are you able to see this? Your recent prompts, your recent prompt, right? I hope you're able to see it now, right? So basically, this is the prompt which we basically, this is our ask, which we tell computer or API, right? We are telling this application to generate a Word document or whatever, right? So see, let us see, my recent prompts are what? Write an essay on generative AI in 100 words. So this is a prompt given by user like me. Now how it is getting translated into generative AI task, how foundation model is fulfilling this task, right? Foundation model is sending some response, which is this introduction to generative AI and so on, right? So prompt engineering refers to how effectively we can give commands to user, sorry, to foundation model to retrieve our expected output. And prompt engineering is such a technique which can give us useful outputs which we can use in our application, and it can give us wrong outputs also, and it can give us the I mean, if prompt is someone who is trained in giving prompts which are basically kind of model is not able to understand, right? So model can return some sensitive information also. So basically, prompt engineering is the technique, or it is a very maybe what should I say? It is also very high in demand stream. Please don't confuse it with engineering degree or whatever, right? So it is uh, a technique to let the foundation model know that this is what user wants to get a response from you. Also, at the same time, behind the scenes, right, behind the scenes, I'm saying that in somewhere between this user interface and foundation model, there is a programmer sitting on it, right, developer, who has who is taking this input and passing it to the foundation model, getting um, response from the foundation model and sending us back, right? So this is the response at the same, and then that is the job of uh, um, developer, right, who is modifying this prompt, right, in such a way that if it does not contain any harmful or offensive words, then only it will pass on that prompt to foundation model, right? Or it will tell foundation model that um, these are some of the words which you should not consider. These are the harmful words which basically you should ignore, and simply return the response that I am not able to answer your query due to so and so reason. It could be due to legal issues. It could be due to that foundation model is not trained on that type of data, right? Or there could be any reason. So there could be something like that, right? So I'm not going to try that kind of prompt here with my user here, right? So but that is the uh, intent behind uh, prompt engineering. So I hope at high level you understand that what is prompt engineering. Prompt engineering enables a user to get most out of the or most accurate output of from the foundation model, right? So I hope that helps. Word vector embedding, this is also very crucial critical concept. So we have given a prompt like tell me something about generative AI, or in 100 words, right? Or we want to search something. So whatever we are telling, it is basically getting converted into an embedding. What is embedding? Basically, words are getting converted into numbers into a vector format, which are stored in vector format, right? And I think you might have heard about vector databases also these days, right? Earlier, RDBMS was there, no SQL were there, but nowadays, some of the databases like MongoDB, uh, PostgreSQL, other databases also, they have started developing the capability to store vector embedding also, vector, right? So that whenever data is there, right, on which we want to generate, on which we want to query something, right? So that data also has to be translated into vector embeddings, word to vector embeddings, right? So that is the concept related to word vector embedding. So how does it happen? So whatever we are storing, it is getting stored in embedding format, and whatever query we are performing after that, it is also getting converted into vector embedding, and then both of those are matched using cosine similarity or some other similarities also, but most of the places I've seen cosine similarity is used. Hallucination is basically the wrong output which we get. So uh, from the model based on our input. So we are asking that, let us say, who is the current existing prime minister, who is the prime minister of India, or right, all those things. But it is giving us the information based on its current knowledge, which was until December 2023, right, or maybe sometime back, right? So that is how we are asking something and it is giving something else as an output. So that is basically, if that is not matching, then it is called as an hallucination. So this is the very important link. You can bookmark it, right? And this is all about prompt engineering. That what is prompt engineering and all. But if I talk about very high level understanding, you are aware that prompt is the text which is given to foundation model to get our answer. That is a simple definition. That prompt is the text which is given by a user or developer to the foundation model to get our answer, right? Now prompt could be, there could be multiple techniques for prompt, right? So all these techniques which you're able to see on your screen are prompt related technique only, right? Prompting techniques. Out of these, zero shot prompting, few shot prompting, right? Single shot prompting, right? All these are different prompting technique, but we'll not get into that much detail because this is a very high level introductory session. Few shot prompting and zero shot prompting is that that basically, at least this much you should know out of this session, that uh, we are giving examples to foundation model that yes, for example, we are using foundation model for sentiment analysis, right? So in that, if we are giving foundation model couple of examples, that yes, this is the example of negative sentiment, this is the example of positive sentiment, this is the example of neutral sentiment, right? If we are giving more than one example, that is called as few shot prompting to the foundation model. So as an end user, we will not give. We can also give it using Chat GPT interface or Gamma dot app, that is very specific. But Chat GPT, we can definitely give that. Um, this is the existing prompt, and you have to answer like this. And in case you are not able to, user is asking something else other than sentiment analysis, simply say that I don't know, I'm sorry, right? So that is the example of few shot prompting, that we are giving foundation model couple of examples, more than one examples, what we are trying it to do, right? Same way zero shot prompting, again it is exactly opposite. If we are not giving any example, then it is zero shot prompting.